The Battle of the Floor Generals. The Allen Iverson, Jason Kidd, and Steve Nash comparison. No three players in the history of basketball have created a more telling story than Allen Iverson, Jason Kidd, and Steve Nash. Each one led their own distinct era, yet all three were on the forefront of a revolution that shifted the game forever. From rookie phenoms to Hall of Famers, these men pushed basketball into an entirely new dimension only they could have imagined. But the real question is, who was the greatest of them all? Did Iverson live up to his potential as a transcendent figure? Did Kidd revolutionize the point guard position? Or did Nash define it? When it comes to comparing these legends of basketball, let's take an in-depth look at their respective journeys and see who emerged as the most impactful of them all. Before we get into who's the best of the three, let's get to know each one of them. Let's start with Allen Iverson. Well, where do we begin? Honestly, this guy was a basketball legend in every sense of the word. Not only was he a beast on the court, but he brought a whole new level of swagger and style to the game. Let's talk about his stats, because they're just mind-blowing. Iverson was an 11-time NBA All-Star, a 4-time NBA scoring champion, and he led the league in steals 3 times. His best scoring game was in 2005 when he dropped a whopping 60 points on the Orlando Magic. Yeah, you read that right, 60 points. Iverson's career spanned 14 seasons, and he retired in 2013 as one of the most beloved players in the game. But it wasn't just his stats that made him great, it was the way he played. Iverson was a fearless competitor who never backed down from a challenge. His speed, agility, and creativity on the court were unmatched, and his crossover move was so deadly it could leave defenders tripping over their own feet. But let's talk about what really made Iverson stand out: his style. This guy had more swag than anyone else in the league. From his signature dreadlocks to his baggy shorts and tattoos, Iverson was a true trendsetter. He brought a whole new level of cool to the game, and his impact was felt far beyond the court. Iverson's career may have come to an end in 2013, but his impact on the game of basketball is still felt today. After retiring, he focused on his family and charitable work. He also tried coaching and even played a few exhibition games, reminding fans of the magic he could create on the court. But where is he now? Well, Iverson is still busy as ever. He's a proud father and has continued his philanthropic efforts, supporting causes that are close to his heart. He's also a basketball analyst for various media outlets, providing expert commentary on the game he loves. And while he may not be playing anymore, Iverson's legacy lives on. He inspired a generation of players who continue to emulate his style and approach to the game. He showed us that you don't have to be the biggest or the strongest to be the best. All you need is heart, hustle, and a killer crossover move. Allen Iverson will always be the answer, and his impact on the game will never be forgotten. Now let's move on to Jason Kidd, the ultimate point guard who made everyone around him better. I mean, have you ever seen a player with such a sixth sense for reading plays before they develop? And let's not forget about his defensive skills, which were so sharp he could slice a tomato with it. Kidd was drafted 2nd overall in 1994 by the Dallas Mavericks and immediately showed promise as a leader on the court. As a rookie, he led the league in assists and steals. That's right, steals. He was like a basketball ninja, stealing the ball right out from under his opponent's noses. Over his career, he averaged over 8 assists per game and was a 9-time All-Star, but stats can only tell you so much. It was his impact on the court that made him a legend. He changed the way the point guard position was played, embracing the role of distributor first and scorer second. His passes were so precise they could cut through butter like a hot knife. And let's not forget about his timely game-winning shots, almost like he had some sort of special trick up his sleeve when shooting the ball. No one saw it coming from a player known primarily as a playmaker. Off the court, Kidd was just as impactful. He had a leadership quality that was just intangible. When he was on the court, there was a sense of calm and confidence that could be felt. He was instrumental in organizing team meetings and rallies when things weren't going well. But all good things must come to an end. Kidd retired in 2013 after an amazing 19-year career. But what has he been up to since then? Well, he's been coaching. In fact, he's currently the head coach of the Dallas Mavericks. It's like a full circle moment for him, coming back to where it all started. And at last, let's talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Steve Nash. First off, did you know that this Canadian basketball superstar is actually a skilled soccer player too? Yeah, you read that right. He grew up playing both sports, but thankfully for basketball fans everywhere, he chose to pursue a career on the hardwood. And what a career it was! Nash was a two-time NBA MVP. He was also an 8-time All-Star and a 5-time assists leader. But did you know that he is one of 2 players to record multiple 50, 40, 90 seasons? Only 2 players have managed to achieve multiple 50, 40, 90 seasons, with Hall of Famer Larry Bird accomplishing the feat twice. However, Steve Nash went above and beyond, becoming a member of the exclusive 50, 40, 90 club, a record-breaking 4 times before retiring. In 2006, he scored a career-high 42 points in a game against the Washington Wizards, and had 39 games where he scored over 30 points in a game. Captain Canada earned his reputation as an excellent passer. His passes were deadly accurate, and he achieved 22 assists in a game that year. Nash retired from basketball in 2015, but he didn't just kick up his feet and call it a day. Instead, he's been busy as a coach and executive. In fact, on September 3, 2020, Nash became the 23rd coach in Nets history. In the 2020-2021 NBA season, Coach Nash led the Brooklyn Nets to the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference, finishing with a 48-24 regular season record and a trip to the Eastern Conference semifinals, losing the series 4-2 against the Milwaukee Bucks. It's clear that Nash's impact on basketball has been enormous. He was a revolutionary player who changed the way the game was played, and his infectious joy on the court made him a fan favorite. Now that we've learned about all 3 of these players individually, among this trio, who's the best one? It's a tough question to answer, as Iverson, Kidd, and Nash all revolutionized the game in their own unique ways. In terms of raw talent and skill, Iverson was an unstoppable force who could take over a game in an instant. He was an electrifying scorer whose intensity and passion were unmatched. Kidd was a cerebral player who changed the point guard position in many ways. He was a masterful playmaker and defender whose ability to read the game made him one of the greatest players ever. Nash was more of an all-around player, as his passing, shooting, and vision were nearly unmatched. He could push the pace and score when needed, and his passion for the game made him an icon and ambassador for the sport. There's no easy answer to this question, as Iverson, Kidd, and Nash were all very different players. All 3 of them dominated their respective eras, and they each changed the way basketball was viewed off the court. But there's one fact that might surprise you. Despite all 3's incredible talent, only Jason Kidd was able to have the honor to be an NBA champion with Dallas in 2011 against the Miami Heat. Iverson was close, taking the 76ers to the finals in 2001 against Kobe, Shaq, and the Lakers, but lost in 5 games. Nash, unfortunately, even with his talent, couldn't achieve an NBA final in his career. This only goes to show that even the most talented players don't always get the ending they deserve. So, whether you're partial to Iverson's passionate scoring, Kidd's brilliant passing, or Nash's all-around smarts and control of the game, there is no right answer when it comes to the question of who was the best between these 3 legendary players. All 3 are giants in their own right, and their impact on the game will live on forever. Now it's time to decide. Who's the greatest? Iverson, Kidd, or Nash? Let us know in the comments below. And if you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.